We rolling. I love this little
You
button.
got that button down, Camille.
Snap, snap.
It used to be kind of like a.
I used to have to, you know,
like you got to ask
cast
your
out
kids
the
like
demon
17 times to unload the dishwasher. Camille's got. I got it.
got it
I'm
right.
on. Hey everybody, welcome back to Shuck Talking with Gretchen and
Camille.
And we're in October.
Right? Well, I like the weather. I'm okay with cooler weather. I love the colors, the fall, the season change, and I love it.
I love everything about fall too, especially in Utah. It's really pretty. And I've been loving the rain. You know what?
I know.
As long as I don't have to get my hairdo out in the rain, I love it.
Open the window and just go.
It's been pretty. It's been pretty.
Delicious.
So I was reading the story about this bride.
Bridezilla?
Well, she's having a destination wedding.
Oh.
And it doesn't say this. This article is from a family member, so it's not really specific. But they were saying she has turned into this complete bitch because she's expecting extremely, quote, extremely nice gifts for her wedding. However, her wedding is already at a destination.
You're already spending how many thousands to get there?
Oh, and they're from Europe, so
Hotel.
wherever they're going, you know that it's tropical because one of the relatives said, this is a 2-week wedding.
What?
So people are having to take off their vacation time from work.
Oh my gosh.
Take their children. They have to buy their own airfare and
the hotel.
And they have to stay at this one hotel because if the bride gets enough guests to come and stay there, she gets a gift.
Oh, and maybe her own hotel for free.
Yeah. And so there's a handful of these family members that are like, we don't have the money or the time. We're using like all our vacation time to go to your wedding at a place that we don't want to go to.
Yeah.
Because we have small children. What are we supposed to do? We can't hang
Say
out
no.
by a pool all day.
You say no.
And then she wants this nice gift.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking like don't go get her a rice steamer at Walmart. She wants a nice gift. I'm like, this is easy, y'all. This is easy.
One little word.
You take,
no.
you take a picture of yourself, you put it in a frame, and you go, here's your really nice gift.
And I could sign it for you if you want me to.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's something that comes over women when they're going to have their day. It turns into this, I'll just call it a shit show. I mean, I've had 2 weddings this last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a 3rd one in November. And these are family members. Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
And they, you know, the first one was exorbitant. I mean, it was a destination wedding in California. Oh, and it was lovely. Now they're breaking up.
Oh my gosh, see, I think destination weddings, unless you have a very rich family, I just think they're kind of selfish. Don't expect people to come. You know, I think about, you know, some of these moms and dads, they're paying for the wedding, they're paying for it probably off their retirement, and now you want them to go
credit cards.
Fly.
Some
25%
or higher credit card just to get their daughter what they want.
This family member was saying that it is it's around $1,500 an airfare ticket from wherever they go into wherever
That's
they're going.
the gift, baby. I'm showing up for you. Oh my God.
I mean, really, y'all. What could you buy them for $1,500?
Well, that's like rent for 6 months if you just.
No kidding.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I know. This is a situation, y'all, where you want to take the little bride bitch by the shoulders and go, you have no idea.
Does she have a mother?
What life is like. I know, right?
Right. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm that mom. I'm the mom. You know, my kids are out of integrity. I'm like, you can go clean it up right the fuck now. I mean, I'm that mama. And my kids are like, uh-oh. So they know better.
And and the bride and groom are both in on this. They're the ones that are both insisting that they get these nice gifts. I wonder what's their definition of nice. You're like already having a destination wedding that they haven't paid for a dime.
Well, no. Well, in these 2 other weddings, nobody paid for nothing either. I mean,
my gosh.
I wish I would have had that. Is that like how it's going to be from now on? It's this big grand party. If I get married again, I'm going to have this huge, everybody's going to pay for me? Shut up.
Right?
It's ridiculous.
You know, I have 5 kids. And if I
can't do
had
that
to
for
go
5 kids.
crazy for 5 kids, I'd be like, hell no. Here's your budget.
Elope.
Everybody gets the same amount. Do as you wish and add to or whatever.
Yeah, have a wedding or go put a down payment on a house or something. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody, you get $100. $100. That's $500 out of my checking account. I'm gonna write it to you right now.
Gosh.
Holy hell! Yeah, I just.
Well, they've got a whole reality show about. I get it, Bridezilla. No kidding.
My gosh. You know what? And I think. So I just yelled at Camille. I'm like, we had that cord in the video last week, and now I'm touching it. That's right. I know. But here's what I think about Bridezillas. you know, if you get so worked up over the event, you're going to look back and miss that romance and the love and the moment.
Yep.
Because I guarantee you, your groom is like, whatever.
Most of the guys don't give a shit.
You want me to wear
like,
what?
Get
whatever.
it over with.
Right.
I got to wear this monkey suit for how long? What's my timeline?
Right.
Yeah. No, for real. Every guy even the groomsmen are like, when are we done? Can I take this off? They don't sit there.
Most of them are wearing suits now. They don't wear tux. But
they said their weddings had tuxedos, but yeah.
But anyway, I just think, you know, if you play, and I get as girls we think about it as a kid. You know, we play dress up and all that kind of stuff. We do. You know, we play the whole
fantasize about that whole
mom and house and blah blah blah. But then again, you've been through a kid and you've paid for a wedding. I can't imagine the stress that a parent goes through.
It's enormous. I'm still paying on the wedding.
Oh my gosh.
Credit cards. Thank God for credit cards. But it's outrageous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I did have a budget, and again that's exhausted. So if there's another wedding down the road, it won't be for me. You guys elope. I'll just be serious. I'll send you a card.
Serious. Because you think about it now. I mean, when you first get married and you're like, I can't wait to get the pictures back. And you have like 17 of your ugly ass frames that you got for wedding gifts. They are all over your little 2-bedroom apartment. And as the years go on, like, do you have any wedding pictures out?
No.
No.
No, not really.
True. I think with the way phones are nowadays, we just get a whole bunch of people to take
your own selfies.
Take a stick. Get yourself a little tripod.
We all stand together and
hey, y'all, the sun looks pretty good.
Look
I think.
Yeah.
We've got filters for everything.
Yeah. Well, you can take people, do 20 of them, and then everybody's put their faces on, make them all smile.
I know.
Yeah, that's kind of what this photographer that I hired is doing. He's doing some good stuff, but yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Too much money.
I was kind of scared. My oldest daughter was talking about her boyfriend so much and then asking me questions about, what was it like being pregnant? I'm like, girl. And even Cutler, my son, goes, you got something to tell us? She's like, no. No.
That's something.
I know.
You don't ever get the full scoop until you're in the stirrups and you're like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And then why do we think we could do it again? Because there's usually more than one baby. But I think women get in a mode. It's like, I got to get it done.
But I was telling them, like, I loved being pregnant.
You did. I hated it.
I didn't have like a horrible pregnancy. My favorite day was delivery day.
Sure.
I mean, not because I was in so much pain, but it was like, everybody cater to me.
All right, Momzilla. We're going to coin a new phrase, Momzilla.
Oh, man.
You were Momzilla.
No, but I wasn't mean. I was just like so happy and grateful and, and then.
And you had pretty simple births, didn't you? Nothing too radical?
I had 2 that were radical and 3 that were
pretty simple.
That were.
Nothing. Look, childbirth ain't easy for anybody at all.
Right. Well, here's what I don't think men get. Even if you have an epidural and you don't feel anything, your body's still going through hell.
Yeah, that's right.
And even when you get home, because this is my situation, my ex went back to work.
Oh, and you can barely even walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, thank goodness for cute little neighbors that brought over meals.
Well, yeah.
But, on the same note, like I'm the type
and diapers you can.
When my babies are born, I don't want anybody touching them.
I'm the same way.
Don't be touching their hands.
Nobody's
don't be
coming
kissing on their forehead. Don't touch them.
I had masks for people. I wasn't, just put on a mask. You're not going to get my kids sick.
I had 2 babies in the hospital after they were born.
Oh, my Lord.
For a long time. And it's just like.
Which ones?
Cade and Cutler.
Really?
Yeah. Cade had, I had to do IV treatments at home. It was a mess.
Oh, scary.
So, and he's my second. So, from then on, I just think people need to have a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
You got a brand new baby in the world.
Mm-hmm. Don't be getting them sick.
There's no reason why you need to be giving them a kiss, y'all. They're not a puppy.
No. Well, even puppies have worms.
I want you to just marinate on that just a minute.
Yeah. Just think about it. Don't be kissing babies.
I'm kind of like, I don't live in a neighborhood that has little babies anymore. So I haven't been around a newborn in a long time.
Me neither, and I'm okay with
But I was always the type, like, if my friend had a baby, I'm like, I'll see you in a month. I'm gonna let you just heal.
You don't need to be having me around.
You don't care that I'm there. If anything, that means you got to zip up your bathrobe. You don't need to do that.
No, you just need a little privacy. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Hey, we talked last time about some crazy ass beauty trends. And remember, we only mentioned 3, and there's like 15 of them. So I went back. I thought Camille would love this one. Yes, you will.
Tell me.
They're called brow crowns.
No. What?
Well, listen, here's the part that you will love. Now, I don't qualify. You might qualify. I don't know. I don't qualify. Stop looking at my brows. But you take your eyebrow.
Something weird about her brows.
Because I don't have any. They're all painted on, y'all.
Oh,
but you take the hair and you comb it up like in little triangle sections, okay? So the picture showed like 5 little spiky things.
Were the women or men?
Women. And then at the top of each point, you glue, not a hot glue, but you glue on a rhinestone. And there you have yourself an eyebrow crown.
Shut up. Well, I don't know that I have. Mine aren't long enough to do that.
See, y'all, like if you have enough hair that it can,
if it's growing,
it can comb and form a teepee, you need to go see Joanna.
You need to wax that shit. I get mine waxed. I mean, I wax my eyebrows and I have them trimmed. I think if I let them grow, but I don't want them. That's what I don't want. I don't want the nose. I've never had nose hairs come out of my nose, so I don't know if that's possible. But last time we talked about nose hairs.
I know. Well, you have wispies, so I kind of tend to think you're not really a hairy person.
I'm not hairy. I'm just not. I'm not.
In case y'all don't know about the wispies are, you can go back. There's probably 50 different videos that we've talked about her wispies.
No, she talks about my wispies.
Okay, now for you guys, Mr. Who Cares, you might care about this one. It's called beard ornaments or bedornaments.
Ew.
And what they are,
I think of dingleberries or whatever. I think about
they're like little Christmas balls that you can attach to your beard. There's also, this is the part you would love, maybe Tracy would wear this for you. It's beard glitter.
No, that's not that bad of an idea.
Like you need to have some like little glitter, shimmery disco ball beard.
If it gets on the floor, if it touches carpet, no.
Oh, that may end in a cardiac arrest.
In fact, if there's birthday or Christmas cards that have glitter in them, no.
Well, I think that's a bad idea for somebody to do that anyway. Yeah. But
it can't get it. It has to be cleaned up and it's thrown away. Just telling you right now, that's how it goes.
He's like, hey, Camille, I need you to go stand inside the recycle bin and open up that birthday card and then just leave it.
No, I have to go out in the garage, right outside.
Oh, you can't go in the garage. The cars are in there.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I can't. I have to go outside. That's right.
Hey, everybody, send her some glitter cards just for the hell of it.
No more dick pictures and no more glitter cards, please. No more. My book is full. I've hit my.
You're like, I tapped out.
Shutterfly will give me 100 pages, color pages.
You know, we should do a game. Like, you know how they have like a face, like for a farm animal, and the sound. Which one goes together? Here's the dick pic. Here's the face. Who do you think that belongs to?
That's funny. That's actually really funny. You've got some good kids.
You want to work on that one?
I'll work on it.
Y'all, Camille's been working on this coffee table book.
We have a new match game. Yeah,
those are really popular. A lot of people have coffee table books.
Yeah, you just go to a coffee shop and there's a nice Camille's collection.
Can you imagine all these old ladies like choking on their coffee? They open up something that says like.
I think the men would be flipping out.
Really? It's like Dicks Around the World, and she's like, oh, I know some people in Germany. She's like,
I can't believe it.
You know, some of the dick pics you get, we laugh at, but I have a stalker now.
Yeah, that's bugging me.
I
think some of them are just for fun, really. But
this
is creeping me out a little bit.
I don't get it. I mean, you get him. You're the queen of dick pics. But this guy, first of all, he's old, and he's just creepy looking.
Well, you've also asked him to stop doing that.
No, I didn't talk to him personally. But
didn't you block him? Or you wrote him a message?
I blocked him. Not him. No. I don't want to converse with him. But Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, to stop.
Yeah. Now he's found another Facebook.
So you blocked him.
Yeah.
You reported him.
Yeah.
And he keeps finding you on different
medias.
Oh my Lord.
And the funny thing is,
you think
it's
he's getting the
same pic. It's not like he's creative, y'all.
He's got one picture.
I can see his feet in some black dress socks. He's taking a picture this way. I'm like, wow, this is your first dick pic you've ever taken, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we should send him your first copy. He could get some ideas.
Think so. Maybe he needs to get some good. He needs a new style.
Moving right along. As if we don't spend enough time putting face makeup on, you can now decorate your ears with like a glittery eyeshadow. So you outline.
What?
Yeah, you outline the circles and crap on your ears.
Is that sanitary?
I just think it's ugly.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to be... My hair covers my ears. I wouldn't waste money.
Raise your hand if you think that's a good idea.
She's got weird shit coming up.
It's called ridiculous beauty trends.
Oh. Okay.
All right, the best one, Camille. We talked about the hairy fingernails last week.
Right.
Now they make one that everyone... And by the way, was it... Who cares? Somebody last week goes, Gretchen has gross nails.
You do?
I do.
What do you mean? What's wrong with your nails?
I don't know. I think it was Mr. Who Cares.
That fucker. You know what? Let's see your nails, buddy.
I don't care.
I really don't want to see your hairy nails.
Anyway, so we had the hairy fingernails last week. These ones.
Where do you read this shit? Because I don't read this shit.
Are
bashing on us.
Exploding pimple nails.
Stop it. Okay, you can't even go further. I don't want to hear anymore. I can't. You are grossing me out.
I hope you're having a nice fresh
I couldn't even read
cream
that.
of broccoli soup.
Ooh, okay, stop it. Okay, you're done. You're done.
I gotta explain it.
I can't. Okay, love.
It
go ahead.
literally is like one color, and then it looks like a sore. Okay, on the nail.
I can't even.
And there's a raised white-looking thing, and you can push it, and stuff shoots out.
That is disgusting. Who the hell? This is not real.
Honey,
this has got to be. Where are you finding this shit? Because this is like gutter. This is bottom of the barrel.
You know, though, here's what. Yeah, but you think about it. There's people that actually watch that Dr. Pimple Popper.
I can't even imagine. You know what? I will be like, I will be puking in my mouth.
Here's what will cut a relationship off like that for me. If any man said, could you?
No,
and I'd be like, oh God, you have them? No, I don't want to see them. And
you need to go to the doctor for that.
Take care of that, girl. Take care of that.
Now, some people get off on that shit. I've never, ever. I have a hard time with animals and their. I had a hard time with all my kids. I mean,
animals have zits?
No, just any animal poop problems. Like, I mean, sometimes there's hair, and so
sometimes. Camille,
there's like no. I
come back to earth
when they poop, and then they've swallowed one of my hairs, and so the poop is like it's dangling.
She didn't want me to go on and on about the pussy fingernails, but then she goes on and on about the dingleberries hanging off her own hair from her head.
And then you gotta pull the hair.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, well, I don't want to. I can't imagine that poor little thing is itching. So I'm sure I have to. I have someone else do it if I can.
Poor boy.
Cabana boy. I wish.
He's like, hey.
Okay, we got to get some real meat here.
Ginger's got a tag along. Can you help? I just got my pussy nails done. I can't.
It's all my fault that she's got that because my hair was on the carpet. Apparently, I didn't roll it back good enough.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't roll it off.
Tracy, I hope you're not watching. You may kick her out to the curb.
No, he didn't marry no pig bitch.
What the heck?
I hear this shit.
Where did that come from?
I can't be a pig bitch. I
never heard that expression.
I can't be a pig bitch. I gotta roll my hair off the carpets. I can't brush my hair.
Y'all, we need a GoFundMe account for Camille to get some counseling.
I need some therapy.
God.
Oh my God.
You need to record your woes, and then you need to watch it back and talk to yourself.
If anybody knew the shit I live through every day.
I do.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I do.
So you know I need some therapy.
Speaking of psychotic marriages,
oh my God.
Kim K.
Oh, yeah.
Kim K. Not that she has a psychotic marriage, but she.
Well, kind of. He's announced he's got mental illness. I mean, he's got something going on.
He was complaining to her because she had too many posts on her Instagram. Now, granted, she's in a position.
She's posting too much, you mean?
Well, granted, she's in a position she gets paid to post.
That's right.
Right? I mean, that is her real
business.
livelihood. Like, she's killing it.
Yeah.
But
we want to do that.
He was telling her which ones she should delete, and that just got all over her like a new coat. She was like, "Oh hell no! Nobody tells me.
Thank you.
What to do?
Thank
with
you.
My
I love
Instagram.
her. That's right. That's exactly
and
how
I thought of you, Camille.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do you help couples that one needs to have control? Now, granted, I think if there's been infidelity of any sort, there's going to be concerns.
And there's transparency concern. But here's what my favorite is. Okay, this is what happens. You know, I talked to Rex, and Rex's sister's best friend's husband found his wife in bed with some other guy, and they hooked up on Facebook. So he found her on Facebook. It's an old lover from high school, and they connected on Facebook.
So that could happen to you,
You're getting off Facebook. Oh, okay. So this happens to couples. People start hearing stories about affairs on Facebook, and it's just a meat market. And just get on Match.com. Just get back on Match.com if that's what you want to be doing.
Oh
if
my
you're
gosh.
I heard it on
Facebook, really, y'all?
Instagram, it's a meat market. So all these, and again, you can
FarmersOnly.com is a better idea than Facebook.
You can get dick pics from anywhere. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm testing my theory. But anyway, but I think what it turns into is that people personalize stories they hear, and then for their own insecurity, you're deleting it. You're getting off there. Or every picture is going to be of you and me. No.
What?
No, that ain't going to happen.
Is it a joint account?
No.
Exactly.
And it ain't going to be a joint account. It's a business account. However,
gosh.
but some couples really do have a problem with the Facebook thing. Facebook has caused a lot of divorces. I'll tell you that right now. Clients of mine, I'm telling you.
But you know, I do think people go crazy on Facebook.
Oh, they do.
Not just Facebook. We're not hollering at you.
Social media.
Yeah, and I do think, I don't care to read about anybody's problems.
Me neither. I don't post my problems.
I don't want to know about how much you hate somebody or your exes. I don't want to hear about how much you hate your exes.
Nope.
But I think people use it as a venting ground.
Yeah.
Like it's some kind of therapy. Y'all, you need to call Camille.
Yeah, get a counselor. Well, and then when they've had all these, it is public knowledge that they've had hacks, that they've breached their securities, and our personal information has been sold. Okay,
sure. Yeah.
You keep airing your dirty laundry. That's going somewhere in cyberspace. It's on the dark web somewhere. Julia's having an affair with blah blah blah, and all these private messages. That's what I wonder about. Is that all going to come out someday? Who's got private messages with everybody else?
Nothing is secure. Y'all know that, right?
Online, nothing's secure.
Nothing is secure.
But yeah, there's a lot of divorces because of Facebook stuff.
Okay, so what do you say to a couple that comes in and goes?
If there is fidelity, and if it's Kim K, like if it's that situation, dude.
And he was just talking about business stuff. But
I know.
Actually, the picture he wanted her to take down was a picture of, I don't know if it was them or her at the beach, but they were together. It was a family vacay.
Yeah.
Not that he
wasn't jealous.
Kanye, if you're now worried about pictures that Kim K posts,
sugar,
you're a little bit behind the time.
Do you kind of know what got her career started? Just saying. Yeah, but people that are, if it's a control game, hell no. What's really behind that control game? What's going on with that person?
Yeah.
And is it a story you heard you're afraid it's going to happen to you? You don't trust your spouse. So you got to deal with those kind of issues.
Yeah.
And I always think it's a good idea to be transparent. Grab his phone, look at his phone, look at her phone. That shouldn't be an issue, honestly, in marriages.
Right, yeah. No. It's interesting when people like friend request me, I always go through and look. And if they're married, I'm like, why do you want to be my friend?
Mm-hmm. I do too. And sometimes, they're real estate agents or but everything is, I love my wife, whatever. And I will accept some of those people, and they don't private message me, thank God. But if they do, I'm kind of like, I don't respond. I just hit delete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same kind of.
I just think if it goes both ways, but if I don't know you, but we have a common friend, and you're married, and you want to be my friend, and by the way, this common friend, I don't really know.
Right.
I have 5,000 friends on Facebook.
Me too.
I know about 20 of them. She's one. I'm just like, Or married men that like a picture.
Well, there is something. Yeah, sometimes that's a little bit.
I don't mean a picture of me and my dog.
Just a picture of you selling, maybe you have a midriff on or something, or you're doing a modeling shot. Yeah. That says something. Sure. Look, if you wouldn't do it in front of your wife, if you wouldn't do it in front of your husband, you probably shouldn't do it. That's just a good rule of thumb. That's all.
Okay. Now that we've covered all of that, and now that we've caused a lot of fights that are happening right now,
give me a call.
We're all trying to get her business. That's
Thank
what we're
you.
doing.
Just keep on.
I want to talk about. I was reading this article about sexless marriage, sexless marriage, and what that does to a marriage. Apparently, this is one of the most Googled phrases when it comes to marriage gripes in the U.S. Sexless marriage.
Sexless marriage.
Yeah. So there was a survey done. 12% of these couples hadn't had sex in the previous 3 months.
Whoa!
12%. Okay, and then in another survey, on average, 20% of spouses hadn't had sex in the past year. But then it goes on to say that doesn't technically mean that they're sexless. No. What they were saying, and according to this one part of the article, is if you've had sex less than 9 times in a year, you're in a sexless marriage. What? You had sex? May not be a lot. But
yeah, that's not a lot. I mean, once a month almost, barely, yeah.
They were saying that, and maybe this...
Those are holiday months. You get sex on holiday.
Sharon Osbourne.
That's right.
Most of the problems happen with people over 40.
Well, that's generally probably because some sort of health concern, frankly. And if you know when menopause hits women, it's about that age, okay? 40s to 60s. And there could be pain. There could be ED, erectile dysfunction. There's probably a lot of physical things that are going on.
Yeah, and they were saying too that, what are you picking?
Oh, my fingernail's loose, and so I'm just trying to...
She's over there working on something. They were saying that
can't sit still.
It's not... a lot of people tend to have the argument in their marriage, and they say, why can't it be the way it was in our 20s? You know, we were spontaneous, and we were, we were ready to try new things. And the article goes on to say, A, your body has changed.
Yes. Everything changed,
yeah. You probably have taken on a lot more responsibility now.
You have less freedom and flexibility.
Right. All you had to think about back then was yourself.
That's right. No children down the hall that are going to hear you.
Right.
Yeah. You've gained a few pounds. Your body doesn't be flexible like it used to. You can't bend over like that anymore.
You know what? And there's a point to that, because weight gain often affects things like arthritis or back problems.
That's right.
Or,
back issue,
and it makes you tired.
Well, yeah. And if you have a tummy, it's harder to get around that area. Let's just be honest. So, yeah, you don't know more about that.
Stress, boredom, anger, and resentment.
Yeah. Financial issues. Yeah.
And sometimes one partner views sex as a chore.
Usually the woman. Yeah.
So, but all of these things, as a therapist, you can work through. Don't you think it's communication that's the issue?
Well, first of all, you got to get out the unspoken things. Sorry. God,
Camille's like this.
Plays mama in my life.
She's like a squirrel.
I'm her 6th child. Sorry, it's bugging me. So you do have to communicate, but you got to get the unspoken things out of the way. And people don't say what's really going on. They just kind of keep the peace.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to keep the fights going, or they got kids, or they got a wedding coming up, or they've got a dinner coming up. They've got people coming over. They don't want to have fights.
Right.
So people do tend to keep the peace. But if you don't have some sort of rigorous fight to get things out, you're not in a good marriage. I'll be honest. The best marriages, they both fight for the marriage, and they kind of fight for that to be heard, and they kind of make sure their needs are getting met. A lot of the best marriages are when there's a routine. So, at the end of the day, it's like 5 o'clock. What are we doing for dinner? What are we going to make? Let's meet at the store. So they have a routine together. They need a date night. They need a sex night. They need some sort of eat night. So some sort of food. They have to bond over breaking bread. Yeah. But if you have a routine with people, those people stay together, frankly.
What about sex, like in the elderly? Like, do they have sex?
Yeah, and with all the little blue pills that are coming into market, there's a lot more sex going on. Guess where the number one, there's 2 times people are prone to get STDs. When they're first starting to have sex in early teenage years and in old folks' homes.
Oh my gosh! Did y'all hear that?
Right.
Wait, but when do people have sex in old folks' homes?
Well, these old men that can get a hard on, they just go room to room to room. So
but there's always like nurses coming in and out, checking on stuff.
Not necessarily. They're in assisted living places or whatever, retirement homes.
You are paying to have your relatives have sex. What?
Well, or they sneak in.
I'm not saying they don't need. I'm not.
I'm okay with whatever.
But STDs in a nursing home.
But these women haven't. They've had one partner their whole life. They've one woman their whole life, and then they kind of get in this. It's like a college dorm, co-ed college dorm energy, and so they kind of have.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, the stories I've heard from nurses.
So when this article was talking about men, a lot of times men will choose not to have sex because they're afraid of ED. They're afraid that they want to have sex, but they're afraid they won't be able to perform.
Yeah, and that's embarrassing. But if you can't talk about that, that's just going to cause more problems.
Well, yeah.
She's going to take it personal and feel rejected.
She is.
That's exactly right, yeah.
I knew a couple that, you know, one of the things it talks about is boredom. And so she thought, okay, I'll go get some lingerie, you know, and apparently like that was just not common in their marriage. Like I don't know that they'd ever done it. And she was kind of older and he laughed at her. And from then on, and
she'd never do that again.
Never. Not only that, she shut him out. She gained weight. I mean, she just tried everything to kind of like, I'll show you.
So she got revenge. Oh, that's sad.
At the expense of her body, you know?
That's sad, yeah. At the expense of her own pleasure. That's too bad. That really is too bad.
But I mean, her defense was, I'll get heavy, so you will never want me because I'm going to reject you like you rejected me.
No, she's eating at him. She's gaining weight at him.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah. That's really too bad.
Feeling tired. That is legit, y'all.
Well,
but you can. There's 24 hours in the day. You don't have to wait right before bedtime.
If it's priority, you find time. It's like eating well. You can, if it's priority to you, you'll figure it out.
Oh, I've already got that figured out.
You do. You got that down, girl.
I know what I'm going to eat. And I'll tell you, it's kind of. I think it's kind of exciting at my age because I've been single so long.
Yeah.
That if I find somebody I want to be with, it will feel like I'm starting over in my 20s. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be in this category.
That's right.
That's right. Good news.
That's great news, actually.
Anyway, so how do you get the sex life back for people that are...
Sometimes after you kind of do some clearing, you kind of get all their, you know, angst and their concerns and their frustrations and their embarrassments or whatever out, okay? Then the homework is just do it. I mean, really, it's kind of like just do it. And if sometimes if they haven't had sex for a year or a long time, or they've had a surgery, or they've had cancer or something like that, you know, you start out by holding hands, hugging, snuggling, some sort of, I'll assign homework of connecting somehow. Maybe it's you're getting naked. You're just going to lay there naked together. So, my eye's twitching, sorry. It's bugging the crap out of me. Sorry, folks, my eye's twitching.
Winking at me.
It's like...
I'm like, what is that code for? What am I supposed to say? I don't have that in my notes.
I had 2 hours sleep last night. I'm a little tired. Do I look tired? But anyway, no, so I actually say just you've got to do some sort of physical connecting somehow.
Yeah.
It usually solves the problem when you just do it, you know.
Do you find that people have been married for a long time, they don't have any interest in having somebody else as a spouse, but they've fallen out of love? Is it harder for them to have sex?
Yes, because they are more friends, and so it just feels awkward to them.
Or roommates.
Yeah. And if people aren't broken up about it, it's like sometimes 9 times a year is good for both of them, and if it ain't broke, let's not fix it.
You know what? It's funny because this article said just because somebody has sex only 9 times a year doesn't mean they have a bad marriage.
No.
Because they said they can be so connected, it can be such an emotional experience that they totally feel fulfilled versus somebody that has sex once a week.
Yeah.
And one of the partners hates the other one, and it's resentful and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think it depends on what your personal appetite is. So, and that's where if there's an imbalance going on, if she wants some more than him or he wants some more than her, there's a problem there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to compromise. I figure out trade-offs for people. You know, you want a new kitchen, you want new cabinets. Well, he wants more sex. So, what does he need to do? And is it you know, blackmail? Is it maybe call it what you want, bribery or a trade? We'll do a trade.
Yeah.
So it does work for people.
You know what? I think if both people have the mindset that I want you to be happy, but I want my needs met too.
Yes.
Then it doesn't seem so prostitutional.
Well, look, it's the oldest business in the world, and it is prostitutional. You know, I will say to men, you are always going to pay for sex. Now, you may not pay in hard cold cash to a girl on the street, but in a way, in a marriage, you're going to pay for sex. There's going to be something you need to do to take care of, and she's going to have to pay for sex too. She's got to take care of you somehow. So there's some trade-off. There is always a relational
because it's
trade-off.
Impossible that everybody has the same needs.
No, they don't
at the same time,
and they won't. And men, you know, look, I'm also sensitive to guys going, I don't want pity sex. Understood. You know, note taken. But would you rather have any type of sex than nothing? I mean, I'm not saying you're desperate, but this is kind of a maintenance program for the marriage.
Right.
You need to keep having sex, and maybe she doesn't come. Okay, fine. If that's not a problem for her, it shouldn't be a problem for you. Yeah. Really, I mean, you just have to talk this stuff out.
Because I mean, somewhere along the line, like the ego has to get out of it for the girls and the guys. Because I think sometimes, I mean, you've shared a story of I think it was a female that didn't want the lights on for the longest time because she was so embarrassed, but it didn't bother him.
No,
like her body and the way she looked, it didn't affect
wrinkles,
him
scars,
at
and
all.
No,
yeah,
he's still functioning just fine. I had a female who was probably, gosh.
Well, wait a second. I don't mean functioning, because I think from her point of view was she was afraid he was going to judge her like she judges herself.
That's exactly right. That's right. Yeah, and he wouldn't do that anyway if you didn't saw her,
because he loved her.
That's it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, love is in the eye of the beholder, and men, they like you how you are. They don't really want to change you. That's women. Women want to change men, frankly. That's mostly the story.
But I would think men, if they wanted to change anything, it would be the nagging.
Well,
it would be the bitching. It would be, constantly the belittling. And really, don't you think that when a woman does that, it's because they're frustrated at something else?
Women test men innately, and here's why I think that. 100 years ago, men killed what we ate. So women, we have this instinct. Women feel a broken heart in their heart chakra and in their solar plexus. Now, the solar plexus is control. So women do need influence over their man, only because we really did depend on them for sustenance. So women unconsciously, I think, peck at guys to test them, to make sure they're still strong. You can still kill the buffalo. You can still, and they test their integrity all the time. I mean, there's so many times women will say, just stay around and lay with me all day and do things with me all day. All right, I'll blow off work for you. And then she quits trusting him because he broke his word to his duty, So it's almost like, she really doesn't want you to just lay around and do things with her all day. She wants to see if you have integrity.
Why are y'all doing that?
Because women are unconsciously testing man all the time. I'm telling you, instinctively, women want to marry the biggest, baddest T-Rex out there, not because he's a big, bad T-Rex. It's because he's going to guard her eggs. He's the meanest T-Rex for the eggs. So there's this primal need for women to have security. And women, typically most fights are all around security. So for men. And men get a little tired of being pecked at or inquired of or tested all the time. They just do.
What about if it's just stupid things like chores?
Well,
because I do find, at least what's chores on TV, y'all, it seems like, though, a lot of women are almost degrading their man or making fun of him because they're so pissed off at something. Yeah. So they just attack him at
Well, and the standard female, no offense to women, because I'm one of them, no, they find something that he's done, they compromise him somehow, he gets compromised, whether he looks at tits and ass, or he maybe jerked off to porn, or maybe he cheated. There's something he's done and he blew it, and he is humiliated, he's sorry, he's groveling, and that turns into the beat up stick. And she won't leave him. She doesn't want to leave him. She wants to keep beating him up for the rest of his life over that. And it keeps him in line. I know this sounds insane.
So she's gained control, she will use that whipping block.
Moral high ground, baby. There is nothing better for a female with a guy like that than moral high ground. And if he's got a conscience, most men do. Most men stay. They don't leave. They aren't the abandoners, truly. I know we have a lot of single mothers out there, the guys left, but most men that love their women, they don't leave. They put up with and they tolerate and they stay forever. The women are crazy bitches and these guys are still there.
They're wifezillas.
They're wifezillas.
Wifezillas.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go to parent-teacher conference, so we're going to wrap this baby up. We appreciate y'all being here. Please make sure, if you want to know, when the heck is the next video coming out, subscribe right there on your YouTube channel, and then click that little bell, because then you'll get a notification when these jolly faces show up, and we have more entertaining
prime information coming out.
Yes.
We will be
straight from the mouth of Jesus to you.
That's right. We will work on it.
All right, everybody, have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.